Hey everyone, so I'm going to talk about Andrew Tate today, what I think about him. Um, if you don't know who Andrew Tate is, he's the top G, the man with the unmatched perspicacity and indefatigability, which makes him a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. Yeah, what do I think of him? In general, I will talk about later, but firstly, we have to get out of the way, of course. Do I think he's guilty of X trafficking? Add some letters there and you'll figure it out. Um, I don't know. It's not a black or white answer, unfortunately, for simplicity's sake. I think so. Basically, he had this web model business, and he talked about how it was maybe like 50, 100. I don't know the exact number of models. Um, some fairly high number, and he talked about how basically half of them were his girlfriend, and how none of them did cam model work before that. So it seems like he was using the leather excuse me, the lover boy method. Oh man, the leather. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. The lover boy method. To basically smooth them and then drop the ball on them. Hey, do cam work for me. So yeah. Um, because I mean, yeah. Now he could be embellishing that certainly, and that's one point I want to make. He could be playing a character because he also talked about how he got rid of their he took something about he didn't give them as much money as they needed, or as much as they were supposed to have, something to do with taxes or something. Um, and maybe he was just, I don't know, maybe he just was playing a character, thought it was funny. Oh yeah, I stole their money, just to play a character, or just I don't know, or he's just arrogant, right? Maybe I don't know. Um, of course, the courts will determine that, and we will see. Everything has to do with how the courts do their process, of course. You know, they are, if you're not aware, under house arrest now. So they're deemed safe enough to, you know, stay in their house arrest. So it's something, right? Um, it's been a long process in terms of, oh, also what I was saying earlier, he could be play a character for the 60 cam girls. Half of them were his girlfriend. They were never webcam models before. Maybe he just was doing that to sound cool too. So I want to mention that. But anyways, we were talking about how oh man, what were we talking about? Oh man, what were we talking about, y'all? Um we're talking about cam girls, obviously. We were talking about making himself seem as cool as possible. But anyways, besides that, so he's making himself seem cool as possible. He's embellishing things. He's it could be that, or he's just arrogant. Um, Yeah, I mean that's the main point I wanted to say. I mean, I yeah, I don't know how I forgot what I was saying here, but yeah. So he was embellishing stuff, like I said, or he wasn't. What do I think of him as a person, and do I think he's a good role model for men, or a good? Does he say good things about men about improving yourself? I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think first of all, personality wise, he's very funny. Um, yeah, he's very funny. He's clearly intelligent. Um, he's clearly worked hard in his life. Four-time kickboxing world kickboxing, four-time kickboxing world champion. That's great. So yeah, must have worked very hard for that, obviously. I know it's like world kickboxing, and it wasn't like UFC, and it was Europe, but you can see his highlights. He's clearly pretty competent, I think. I mean, I'm not an expert, obviously, but that's something, right? I mean, it's still Europe. It's not like, I don't know, some super small country. It's Europe in general. And well, he was born in America, but he's from the UK mainly, so makes sense. Why did that not UFC? Because he was in Europe, right? And kickboxing was paying more than UFC at the time, or MMA at the time, right? So yeah, he's very funny, very smart. Um, You know, he's very confident. Clearly, you know, he's very confident. Do I think he gives a good message for people in general? I mean, the way he talks about girls is a little rude. Um, I think he has some controversial opinions about girls that could be perceived as, I mean, just rude. I mean, but I don't think he hates girls. I think, well, we'll see how the court goes, how the court case goes. But, I don't, from, hey, innocent until proven guilty, right? We got to be impartial on this. So, innocent until proven guilty. So, yeah, I think he doesn't hate women. I think has some controversial things about women, but I think he cares about girls. I think he clearly thinks that love between a male and a female is a beautiful thing. Of course, he talks about how, you know, if you're a high value man, you can have multiple partners, while the girl can't have multiple partners, which, I mean, fair enough if you're a high value male, then okay, cool, but not for most male to female. Not most males can't do that, obviously, which he says that, so fair enough. Um, his advice in terms of proving yourself, I think is great. Truly, I think that's the best part about him in terms of he says you need to go through pain, you need to improve yourself, you have to be competent, you have to become competent. You know, your 20s, your teens, you have to become competent. You have to do things that make you competent. You have to work out, you have to find some way to make money, you have to make yourself, you have to improve yourself. You have to become competent. If you do not want to become destitute, you need to improve yourself. There's no way around it. You cannot dilute yourself with the bad habits of the modern day. You just cannot do it. Absolutely not. The more pain you go through, the better you're going to be out. The better you're going to be. And I think that's a great point. I think there's nothing that's perfect advice, beautiful advice. You have to. I absolutely agree with that. I mean, that's why I'm so conflicted because he's so hilarious. He's so funny. He's so charming. He's so great in terms of personality. I mean, he's a 15 to 25-year-old dude's dream, truly, in terms of just, he's so cool. Big cigar in his mouth, big shades. He's bald, which, well, not bald anymore, but he was bald, which is kind of like a different look, right? I mean, most people, I don't know. I don't know. It's just cool. A tall, bald dude. It's cool. I mean, as a snake tattoo, he's cool. It's conflicting because he gives really good advice for men. He's seems like such a cool guy. I mean, I'd love to pick his brain. I'd love to interview him. I'd love to talk to him. I mean, that would be great. I mean, seems like a great guy in terms of that. We'll see how the court case goes. I hope he's innocent. Be a real shame if he wasn't. But if it happens, then well, I mean, I can't call him a good guy then. I just can't. Um, that wouldn't be right. But yeah, I hope he's innocent. I think he's a very charismatic guy that gives good advice, and we'll see how the court case goes. So that's my opinion. You guys have a good night. Um, yeah, I mean, oh, one last point. When I'm unmotivated, I think in my head about some of the things he says. You have to go through pain. Don't be a curse word. Bleep. You I think about that stuff. I really do. David Goggins, Andrew Tate. I think about those stuff. I know they're kind of politicized and oh, they're on the right, which I'm not necessarily right or left. I'm a 20-year-old man who's developing political opinions. So I know unfortunately they're heck even Jordan Peterson of course, which I don't agree with his politics necessarily. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'm not talking about politics ever on here until I don't know. This is a career, if it ever becomes a career. My point is, you got these characters and these personalities, and they're kind of politicized. So, kind of sucks because a lot of what they talk about is just improving yourself. So, I mean, they do talk about other things. Don't get me wrong. So there is a reason why they are politicized. But, anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say. Hopefully he's innocent. If he isn't, then well, gotta change his opinion about him. I can't call him a good guy if he does that stuff. If he did that stuff. So, yeah, you guys have a good night.